Yeah, we've taken a sharp turn here. This feels very like current. I could really see this being a fan favorite for Carrot. Hello friends, welcome back to part 2 of my reaction to 17's Spill the Feels album, where 17 have certainly been spilling the feels so far. And I accidentally was not recording on my microphone, so we're back now. The microphone is working. But if you would like to check out part 1, where I reacted to the first 3 songs on the album, including Love, Money, and Fame, then you can check that out right here. But we're now going to move on to our subunits here, starting with Candy, where, as I said in part 1, I wouldn't be surprised because this is a Woozy only song that this would be a ballad, and it would make perfect sense when we have our vocal team here. So let's listen to Candy. Ooh, like a jazzy ballad. Ooh. Uh-oh. Something so bitter. Yeah, we've taken a sharp turn here. Agreed. Love is hard. Love is a compromise. And I know this is so top of mind for me because of all of the Love is Blind that I've been watching. But I feel like the theme from that is just like a lack of compromise and people being like, this is what I want. If you're not going to be this, then you're not the person for me. But like he says, love is just as hard as becoming an adult. Like learning to sacrifice for the person that you love is like a huge part of being in a relationship. It's not supposed to be easy. If it's easy, then you're not pushing each other. You're not helping each other grow. But I'm hoping that they decide to persevere despite the difficulty. Interesting metaphor. This is so gorgeous. No, it's not childish at all. But I love the diversity of the ballads in 17's category. Oh, I always forget the name of it. It's sad. This is one of my favorite 17 songs, and I don't even know what it's called. Same dream, same something. Same dream, same mind, same night. Which was like a 90s R&B ballad. We have a ballad like Yawn that is very kind of like traditional. And then here we've got like a jazzy ballad that I could picture listening to in a cafe, like when it's raining outside. It's very that. Really nice instrumental. And the chimes. Oh. And the key change. Or was it a key change? Maybe not. Oh, that's definitely a key change. This is so touching. Because there's nothing like the person you love on a bad day. Oh. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there would be like a waltz to this song would be really beautiful. Because it's that 3/4 time signature. Ugh, this was just like a warm cup of tea for the soul. And even though, you know, there were no like crazy notes that they nailed, it was a really more of like an understated vocal performance for them. It really was a fantastic one. I could really see this being a fan favorite for Claireyt. But yeah, I think my favorite part of this whole song was just how they delivered the emotions through their vocals, because I think that's what was most impressive about the vocal performance here. It wasn't that they nailed any crazy notes or that sort of thing. It was just like they delivered that feeling of there's just like a hint of sadness in it, but also like a hint of hope as well. So yeah, I think this is my favorite on the album so far. Uzi just proving here why he's a superior songwriter. But all right, friends, let's move on to our next song on the album here from our performance team, which is Rain, where we also had Hoshi and Dino participate in the writing. So after the cunty bop that was Spell, where are we going now with the performance team with Rain? If it's the performance team, is it still going to be something like danceable? Let's listen. Gonna be another groovy song. Feels very like Dua Lipa. Draw the curtains and sit in an empty room. Ooh. You don't want to cry. Hey, hey. I'm liking the callbacks on this album. Oh. Ooh. This is cool. It feels like Dua Lipa meets The Weeknd. Huh. It's like almost the opposite of, you know, in a situation where you might feel lonely. You're surrounded by people, but you just want to be alone. And that feeling of loneliness is creeping in despite just being surrounded. Huh. Oh no. A night without joy. Yeah, this instrumental is very much a bop. I could see this having a music video that's very like moody. And the falsetto lyrics. Or lyrics. You know what I mean. I feel like we're getting a really great vocal performance from the performance team here. I could see there being like rain pouring down on them on stage while they perform this live. Yeah, that was groovy. But, if you weren't listening more closely or reading the lyrics, you might think it was a more like happy, upbeat song, but clearly it's not. And it's definitely not the same song, but listening to this, I was getting like Take Me Home by 80s vibes, that like the Weeknd influence. So if you like this song, you should definitely check that one out if you haven't heard it. One of 80s' best B-sides. Not just in terms of the vibe, but also just like the lyrics too. But yeah, this just really feels like a song that needs a live performance, complete with a rain machine. It won't be complete without one. But yeah, definitely taken a turn from the first half of the album, where even though we have another upbeat bop, this just has like a very different vibe to it. And again, some really, really great vocal performances on this as well. But okay, let's move on to our final song of the album here, which is Water. So how is Water gonna be different from Rain? I'm curious. Well, first of all, it's the only song where Woozi was not a writer, and we've got the entire hip-hop team here. Woozi also wasn't the composer. We have Vernon and Mingyu. Between Fire and Monster and La La Lee, we've gotten multiple hip-hop bangers in a row from our hip-hop team. So I'm gonna guess here that we're gonna get something different. We are not gonna get a rap song here. I'm calling my shot now. So let's listen and see how we close it out here with Water. I was so wrong. Oh my gosh. Wasn't even close. Make you hotter. Ooh. This feels very like current. Yeah, this feels very like hip with the kids, which I am not, just by the fact that it's clear that I said hip with the kids. I like that he's had multiple lines in this album about ice cream. Just saying. Oh. Scoop's just sounding so freaking badass on this. Very like video game feeling to the instrumental. Water, 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 water. Oh my gosh, that was so short. I needed more. I needed a whole like extra verse there, or like a bridge or something. Never have I felt more like a suburban white lady listening to K-pop than I have with this song. But the badassery is definitely strong with them on this song. And I appreciated all of like the metaphors and stuff in here about water. Like, I'm taking over, I'm still thirsty. Our luck explodes like a waterfall. Life is usually wonderful. And surfing, I keep advancing. I stand on oceans, I walk on water while you struggle. Who are they shading? And I'm sure there's different things in here that are like really clever and wordplay that I'm just like not picking up on. Even the wordplay I am picking up on is clever. A bridge would have just been like the extra for this song. But you know, this shorter song in K-pop, Sans bridge, has definitely been like a trend lately. And I love a good bridge. So I hope this trend turns around soon. So friends, what an album this was. I feel like feels were definitely spilled. we went on quite a roller coaster from the start to the finish there. But I would love to hear from you down in the comments what your favorite song was, or favorite songs if you have multiple. Yeah, I think my favorite OT13 song was Eyes on You, but my favorite song on here was Candy. It's so funny because I've always said I'm not a ballad person, but I feel like 17 ballads just hit different. Maybe they've made me into a ballad person, I don't know. So yeah, would love to hear all of your thoughts down in the comments. What do you think about some of my takes that I have shared? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Don't be shy, let me know your thoughts. And I still have so much of 17's discography to go. Like, this has been sitting on my shelf for months. I'm definitely gonna react to it soon because I want to open this. So my Hengare album reaction is coming, but until then, I hope that you are doing well, staying safe, taking care of yourself, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day.